Hey everybody, welcome back. This is part two to the first part of the video. Um, we're kind of still on the same subject here. So what I've been doing for the last like 30 minutes was just scrolling through, page after page after page after page of news. Um, and yeah, there's absolutely nothing on 14 pages about the failed bill yesterday, right? And of course, there's absolutely no mention whatsoever about a bill that was passed in secret to fund the government and to pay the politicians' salaries through the rest of the year. So stop and think about that for a second. These people that we voted for and put them into power were more than happy. I mean, quick as shit, easy, done deal, no problem, passed a bill to pay their salary to make sure that their financial security and future fine. But they can't agree on a bill to help the people who put these assholes in power, including small businesses that can't be bothered. So think about that for a second, like how that makes you feel. That we pay for their salaries, we do, not them, we do. That they were that fast for their own financial future to make sure that they got paid. And they can't help you do the same. If that doesn't piss you off, if that doesn't make you angry or upset, then there's something severely wrong with you. Okay? Because not everybody who's unemployed chose to be. Do you know what I mean? Not everybody's like, oh yeah, I could use a 6-month pandemic break from, making money. No, that's not how most people who are unemployed feel about the matter. And if you go and you try to find a job, there's a lot of competition for the same jobs. And a lot of people who got laid off from good jobs, paying jobs, that, they were making enough money to, live the lifestyle that they were, is not just going to go and be like, all right, well, fine, I'm going to work at Walmart or McDonald's. And that's actually where the numbers for unemployment come into play. See, the thing is that, yes, unemployment's down from last month, but a lot of that is because people take second jobs around this time to pay for Christmas. A lot of people do. They say on average about 9 million Americans will take a second job from August until January to pay for Christmas. So most of these hired and people coming off of unemployment isn't by choice. It's they don't make enough on unemployment to pay for the things that they need to, especially with Christmas coming up, so they had no choice. So they took a second job at Walmart or McDonald's or wherever. So those aren't real jobs. Those are called influx jobs. And if you know anything about civics and economy, you'll know that influx jobs absolutely pay no role whatsoever in the way that the job market actually is right now, right? So I've done enough research to know that good paying jobs, stuff where you're getting paid, $16 an hour or more, are very hard still to come by because a lot of places are not open. There's a lot of tech companies and a lot of, telecommunications, things like that they weren't ready for something like this, and to switch over to a full entire remote system would cost their company millions in a lot of ways. This is why, honestly, I think that if you as a company are into, telecommunications, server work, computer work like that, you should have always had kind of a remote system in place. That's just my 2 cents. But a lot of companies didn't. That happens. So a lot of these places are not actually hiring right now. And then on the other scope is ones that are, they have the pick of the crop. We're talking people that have bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and they just need work. And these companies are going to take these people over everybody else because they're going to use them, in a way until this is over with. And then these people, once they could go back to their normal careers, they're going to be gone. So a lot of these companies are hiring people like that because they're like, hey, let's use this person because they're not going to be long term. We don't have to give them benefits. We don't have to do 401ks. We don't have to do any of that stuff because they're not going to be around a year from now. So you have that as well. Now, where we are as an American person, sitting at home watching all this shit unfold, is half the people are terrified, scared, worried that, these rioters and protesters are all, terrorist groups and, going to break in your house and kill you and shit like that. And then the other half is just mind boggled, that 2020 has been the way it's been. It's almost like a reality TV show, to be honest with you. It's pretty crazy. So what can we do? That's just it, is there's not a lot that we can do right now. But what we can do is we need to start trying to push for something to be back on the ballot. In 1842, they took it off the ballot. But on the presidential ballot, it used to be, the candidates. And then under that was form new government. Now, in 1942, that almost passed. Or, I'm sorry, 1842, that almost passed. So, after that, they took that off the ballot. It has not been on the ballot since, because it almost passed. I think it's time that they do put that back on the ballot. The reason why is it's in our Constitution. And in the Constitution, it specifically states if the federal government is no longer, about the people, helping the people, it's time for a change. And honestly, I really do think it's time for a change. I mean, we pay all of this tax money, all of these tax dollars, off of our hard-working backs we pay. So these guys can sit around and fight with each other and bicker and point fingers. I mean, it's gotten so bad that both parties hate each other so much, they're willing to watch the American people just suffer, and they don't care. As long as, their side wins that argument, they'll throw people to the wind. And that's got to stop. But it's not going to unless we do something about it. So we need to start focusing on not so much fighting with each other and realizing that both parties are the problem. And honestly, if you don't feel that way, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're pro-Republican, pro-Democrat, whatever. But it's just the truth. Neither side is getting anything done for the American people right now. Neither side is willing to budge. Neither side really cares about us right now, and that, Christmas is coming up, and a lot of people commit suicide around Christmas because they can't give their families, anything. And that's already up. Suicide's already up like 300% from last year. So once Christmas starts rolling around and people still don't have any kind of security or help, that number is going to grow. That's how dire and serious it is. So, don't think in terms of a party. Think in terms of, your own country. Your own people who live in the country are killing themselves because they're sad and upset with the way things are. That's messed up. It's just messed up. And nothing's going to change. I mean, we are all waiting for somebody to, come in and change things. Nobody's going to. Okay? Nobody. We are never going to put a politician into office that's just going to magically wave a wand and change everything. No. The only way shit changes is through us, through the people. So we need to change. And we need to make sure the federal government, since they don't give a shit about us, we need to make sure that they know we don't give a shit about them. Seriously. Stop backing people, politicians. Back your own friends and family. That's who you should be backing. Back the vets that fight for our freedom. Those are the people we should idolize. Those are the people that we should be caring about. We shouldn't be caring about a politician who makes more money than you do and does absolutely dick for you. But you voted for him, so, So yeah, it's time. I think the federal government they need a wake-up call. And that's only going to start with you guys. So, people need to start thinking that way and thinking about what needs to change, because obviously, I mean, look around. This is not working. I guarantee this is not what our forefathers thought, when they fought for this country and developed this system that was supposed to be about the people, for the people, not about making money and fuck the people. Like, I guarantee that is not written anywhere in any of our founding documents. I guarantee it. So just keep that in mind. But tell me what you guys think. I mean, are you happy with the way things are? Are you disgusted with the way things are? What do you think we should do? Just leave a comment below. Tell me how you feel. I'm curious to see what people think and what people are feeling. And if you liked the video, hit a like. If you want more, hit subscribe and the notification button. And we will definitely see you on the next video.